From John Ryan Stadium in Metairie, it's the Division I state playoffs as the Jesuit Blue Jays battle the Holy Cross Tigers. And a pleasant good afternoon to you. Ken Trahan, joined by the coach, Kenny Forsang, on a very nice afternoon in Metairie as Jesuit and Holy Cross get set to do battle here in Game 2 of this three-game series this afternoon. The Blue Jays took Game 1 by the score of 2-1 here last night in a thrilling game that took all of an hour and 19 minutes to play. Kenny Forsang, great to have you with us again. As a pitcher, that's music to your ears. An hour and 19 minutes, man.
You got to love that. That means both pitchers were throwing strikes, guys were putting it in play, and they were making the plays.
Yep, no doubt. And it was a fun night, to say the least. And when you look at the way this game was pitched between Will Helmers and Lance Lave, it was just brilliantly pitched. Helmers had a no-hitter going into the seventh, allowed 2 hits and a run in the seventh. Tying run was at third. Holy Cross mounted that threat, but Helmers was able to get out of it and win the game. And it was, like I said, a good game throughout. Only 6 hits in the game. So offense at a premium last night. That could be the case here again this afternoon. We'll get into that. Of course, when you talk about rivalries in Louisiana, they don't get any better than this. One of the oldest rivalries in the state in all sports when you're talking about Holy Cross and Jesuit. And we were here when this stadium was opened on March 2nd of 2012. And we did the very first game here live on our website and on television that night when Jesuit and Holy Cross played in the inaugural game at John Ryan Stadium. Hard to believe that this stadium is 7 years old now, Kenny. It seems new.
It seems like yesterday this was just open. And going back to the rivalry is as strong as it's ever been. These two programs are always good. All each program does every year is it seems like they just reload.
Well, that's certainly the case with both of these teams. They're very good baseball teams. Jesuit comes in with a record of 23-10. They'll be the visiting team in Game 1 because they were the home team in the first game of the series last night. This is Game 2 of the series. Holy Cross will be the home team, being that this is Game 2, so they alternate home teams in the series. Tigers are 14-16, but the record is a bit deceiving because they've played a very challenging schedule.
Well, I mean, I looked at that schedule, and you know, I always felt like we played a tough schedule, but you know, he's played some teams. I just looked and glanced at they played a great Edie White team that's 29-1 right now in one of the lower classifications. So don't let that record deceive you.
No, I think you have to look at, you know, the overall package of what they are as compared to what the record is. And, of course, when these two teams play, the records don't really matter very much anyway when you look at the scenario that's existed for so many years across the board in sports, not just in baseball, but obviously in every sport. Teams being introduced right now. We'll give you the starting lineups coming up shortly, but, of course, we'll have the national anthem coming up here momentarily as we get set to get things started here this afternoon in Metairie on a glorious afternoon. The weather is perfect. There's no issues at all in that regard. So now fans are being asked to rise. We'll have the presentation of the colors and then, of course, the playing of our national anthem to come as well. The Jesuit National Marine Corps ROTC Color Guard will present the colors, which is a tradition here for Jesuit games. And then, of course, we'll have the national anthem to be performed. Holy Cross in their blue tops here. Of course, they've got the navy blue and the old gold numerals, white pants, and the navy blue caps. And Jesuit will be in their traditional pinstripe uniforms here today with the blue caps and blue numbers emblazoned across their back. Jesuit showing the stirrups, which is a good look. Colors being presented now, and the playing of our national anthem will follow as a good crowd is building. Ken Trahan along with Kenny Forsang from John Ryan Stadium. And we're glad to have you with us here this afternoon as we present the starting lineups for this afternoon's Game 2 of this best-of-3 series. First of all, for the visiting Jesuit Blue Jays, they are the visitor in Game 1 as mentioned, with a record of 23-10 under the direction of Kenny Goodlett. Leading it off at second base, Seth Dardar. Batting second and catching is Parker Serio. Hitting third at first base, Will Helmers. Cleanup hitter right fielder, Zach Kazabon. Batting fifth and third base, Trip Haddad. Hitting sixth in left field is Brian Valagoski. Batting seventh in center field will be Luke Eccles. Hitting eighth is the DH, Eddie Sewani. And batting ninth is the shortstop, Gannon Heyer. Top three of Dardar, Serio, and Helmers. Middle three, Kazabon, Haddad, Valagoski. Bottom three, Eccles, Sewani, and Heyer for Jesuit. And on the mound for the Blue Jays will be Brendan Bergman. More on him coming up in a moment. For Holy Cross, the home team in this Game 2, with a record of 14-16 under the direction of Trey Gilliott. Leading off at shortstop, Gavin Schultz. Batting second in center field, Ryan Broussard. Hitting third at third base is Nico Saltaformaggio. Cleanup hitter at first baseman, John Dade Wuchen. Batting fifth at second baseman is Adrian Aguilar. Hitting sixth is Kane Simpson in right field. Batting seventh in left field, Davis Stevens. Hitting eighth, the DH, Gavin Peru. Batting ninth, the catcher is Luke Saint-Amand. Top three of Schultz, Broussard, Saltaformaggio. Middle three, Wuchen, Aguilar, and Simpson. And the bottom three, Stevens, Peru, and Saint-Amand. And on the mound for Holy Cross will be the right-hander, Chandler Welch. And when you look at Welch on the year, he's been very solid for this team. Very poised young man. He's 5'10", 165, one of the many sophomores on the Holy Cross team. Chandler Welch on the year has a record of 4-1, earned run average 2.14. 52 in the third innings. In 10 games, he's made 9 starts. He has allowed 44 hits, 20 runs, and 16 earned. He's walked 22, fanned 41. He's hit 7 batters, so he'll pitch inside. Kenny, tell us more about Chandler Welch, the Holy Cross pitcher.
Chandler has 4 pitches. He'll throw a fastball, he'll go curveball, slider, and a changeup. Our coach was telling us that, he'll kind of decide in the bullpen which one of his breaking pitches is working better. But if he can throw all 4 or 3 of those 4 over the plate, he's going to be tough to beat.
Set the defensive alignment for you. It's Stevens in left, Broussard in center with Simpson in right. It's Saltaformaggio third, Schultz at short, Aguilar at second, Dade Wuchen at first with Saint-Amand catching. And on the mound, Chandler Welch, and we're ready to go. Seth Dardar leads it off from the left side, the second baseman. First pitch of the game, and a swing and a fly ball hit to center field. Should be handled over toward the gap, Broussard. That ball carried well, and it's caught for under ball. The wind is blowing out, so you can see it carried well, but it's caught by Broussard, who tracked it. And Dardar on 1 pitch is retired. First pitch at 2:58, so we start a little bit early here this afternoon. And now the batter will be Parker Serio. The catcher is at 250 with no homers and 8 driven in on the year for Parker. First pitch down and out. Welch is a very fast worker, Kenny.
Well, as a coach and as a pitcher, I love to see guys that work fast. I don't think they really try to quick pitch. I know you kind of get into a groove and you get the ball and you want to get going again.
1-0. Swinging a line drive down the left field line into the corner. Here's a base hit. Left fielder over to cut it off. Stevens trying for second is Serio. Cutoff man has it. Throw to second is not in time. It is a sliding double for Parker Serio. And the Blue Jays have a runner in scoring position on their first hit of the game. 2 well-struck balls for Jesuit.
Yes, it is. That was 2 very hard-hit balls. That ball landed about 5 feet inside the left field line. And he really ran hard to get a double because it was a great throw and a great cutoff.
7th double of the year for Serio, and Colin Loop, the sophomore, will run at second for Serio. So Loop at second, Will Helmers to the plate. What a year Helmers has had for Jesuit in all phases, on the mound, at the plate, in the field. He's just been superb for this team. Helmers, 366 with 3 homers coming in. Helmers with 16 RBI. And a swing and a drive to left, hit well. Left fielder turned around. He makes the catch. Reaching over his shoulder. Got turned around, but Stevens made a heck of a play. Robbed Helmers of an extra base hit. Keeps a run off the board. 2 outs, and now 3 very well-hit balls by Jesuit.
Yes, Will hit the ball very well. And, talk about Helmers. Helmers is just a junior. So he's going to be very good. And a guy at second base did a great job. Some people may have wanted to see him tag up on that. But he got about halfway to 3/4 of the way to third base. In case the left fielder missed the ball, he scores on that. And when he caught it, he sprinted back to second so he wouldn't be doubled up.
Sophomore Zach Kazabon, the cleanup hitter and right fielder, takes it for a strike over the outside edge. Kazabon, 330, no homers, 16 driven in. He was 1 for 2 with a walk in the game last night. Runner at second, 2 outs. Welch delivers breaker in the dirt. Blocked by Sandoval, 1-1. The count.
Is this going to be another hour and 15-minute game?
I don't think so, the way it started. Well struck balls here. That's down, and it's to a runner for third. The throw is in time, and the inning is over. Well, as a coach, you never want to see that third out made at third base. Well, it was there on a 2-5 putout. Loop, the courtesy runner, is gone, and the inning is over. No runs and a hit, nobody left. So it's on to the bottom of the first. Holy Cross to the plate, Jesuit to the field. You were saying?
Well, you know, as a coach, and you preach to the kids about not making a first or third out of an inning at third base. And, you know, I tell them, I said, if you decide to come, you know, just know you're going to get fussed at for making a first or third out at third base.
So you suspect there's a little fussing going on?
Oh, I would suspect there's a little fussing going on, particularly with your fourth hole hitter up there.
I'm just saying, exactly. Well, that was kind of my point was you want to give him an opportunity to drive in that run. But
absolutely.
And especially the way Jesuit was swinging the bats there in the first inning.
Absolutely. And, you know, you don't want to take the bat out of your hand of your fourth hole hitter. You know, sometimes you may have to take chances with the bottom part of your order and do some base running that you're maybe not normally going to do with the top part of the order.
So Jesuit takes to the field, set the defensive alignment for you. Jesuit will have Valagoski left, Eccles in center, Kazabon in right field. Haddad third, Higher short, Goddard second, and Helmer's first. Sirio does the catching. On the mound for the Blue Jays, another good one here this evening, and that is Brendan Berggren. So Berggren, the senior, has had a very good year, 13 games overall. He has a record of 6-2 and 0.78 earned run average. 2 saves out of the bullpen for good measure. 53 2/3 innings, second most on the staff. He's allowed just 31 hits. It's impressive. And 14 runs, only 6 earned runs all year. And he's walked 15, struck out 44, good ratio. Tell us a little bit about Brendan Berggren after this pitch, which is a breaking ball strike to Gavin Schultz.
I love pitchers like Brendan because he's not going to throw real hard. He'll throw the fastball, the curveball, and a changeup over the plate. And there's just something very simply he does. He gets guys out.
Off-speed pitches up. It's 1-1.
And that's what you got to do as a pitcher. You got to just get guys out. Give your guys behind you a chance to play.
Strike called. It's 1-2. A couple of pitchers that work quickly, right?
Correct.
Ball and 2 strikes on Schultz, who's hitting .291. 2 homers, 11 RBI, and 2-2 now.
You know, I love it, you know, that they work fast because what it does, you know, it keeps your infielders on their toes, their outfielders on their toes, they're ready to play. If you get the ball back from the catcher, walk around the mound, it kind of breaks the mechanism of timing with the infield.
Line drive down the right field line is fair into the corner. Schultz with speed will turn first. On his way to second. It will never get him. Sliding double for Gavin Schultz. And quite a start for the Tigers here in the bottom of the first.
Great job. It was a pitch on the outer part of the plate, and he did a great job of going to right field with it.
Gavin Schultz with double number 6 on the season. Very good speed aboard. No outs for Brian Broussard. Center fielder at .221, 4 homers and 15 driven in. Was 0 for 3 last night. Stretch and the pitch. And there's the bunt toward third. It's a beautiful bunt. Berggren, tough chance. Will never get him. Base hit Broussard. Can't bunt it any better than that.
Great bunt.
And the Tigers have runners at the corners with nobody out.
You know, so many guys that run well, if they would only understand, if they would learn how to drag bunt, that's another weapon in their arsenal as a hitter. That was a great bunt.
Great opportunity for Holy Cross. Nico Salterfamaggio is in at .279, 3 homers, 16 RBI for the junior. Stretch pitch, high. Salterfamaggio 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored in the game last evening. One of the only 2 hits Holy Cross had in the game. Chance to put the Tigers on top here. Off speed, high and away. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Really takes a lot off on that pitch, doesn't he?
Really does. I mean, if he's throwing, 80, 81, his curveball is probably about 65.
I'm going to ask you about the differential you're looking for. 2-0. Runner goes from first. Pitches a ball. The throw is cut off. Was attempted to be cut off, and neither guy could handle it, but runner holds at third, so it's a stolen base for Broussard. And now 2 runners in scoring position and a 3-0 count on the hitter, Salta Formaggio, as he'll get back in. Holy Cross will run all the time at all costs. That's their personality.
And that puts extra pressure on that infield when those guys are running.
3-0 right down central. They've stolen 71 bases on the year and been caught only 14 times. 2 for 3 in that department last night. 2 balls and a strike.
That's a great job of base running when you can get that kind of pressure on those kids.
Fastball down in the zone, got it by him. Swung on and missed. It's now full at 3-2. Sign given. Bergman stretches. Payoff pitch. Struck him out swinging. Went with the fastball outer portion, and he got a big out there in Salter Formaggio.
That's a great job of throwing a ball right there. Didn't really give him a good pitch to hit, but he had to chase it because it was certainly going to be close.
1 gone. And here's John Dade Wooten, a sophomore at 308. No homers, 4 RBI. And he took a strike.
Man, he is living on that outside corner. That's a great spot.
Living there. Wooten 0 for 2 with a walk last evening. Wind blowing out here. We'll tell you about the weather conditions coming out. Breaking ball strike. So he's able to get ahead using 2 different pitches. And now 0-2. Wooten wants to put the ball in play. Bergman has other ideas. On 0-2, here it is. Showed him a fastball away, 1-2.
That's a great spot. That catch is set up about a foot and a half outside, and he hit the glove. And it's a great pitch, close enough to maybe for the kid to try and chase that.
1-2 the count. Here it comes. And he got him looking. What a pitch. Outside corner of the knees. 2 big strikeouts in succession for Brendan Bergman, and now has a chance to get out of this. Adrian Aguilar will bat.
Well, that's what he had to do. He had to get a strikeout to keep one of these runs from scoring, and he got 2. So now, ball hit and play, we can just throw over to first base.
Here's Aguilar. And there's a strike called. Aguilar, 232, no homers. Does have 20 RBI, though. Senior, one of the 2 senior starters Holy Cross has. This very young team.
Very young team.
The Tigers have.
Pretty much sophomore laden.
Ready with the 0-1. Swinging a foul, and now quickly it's 0-2. Bergman a strike away from getting out of a huge mess. Yeah. Second and third, nobody out, and the best hitters on the team at the plate.
Doing a great job of jumping ahead, and he's living on that outside corner.
Not out of it yet. 0-2 the count. Stretch and the pitch, and outside and high. 1-2. Outfield straight up defensively. Bergman looking in for the sign. Ready now. Here's the 1-2. Outside and high once again. 2-2. He's staying outside, isn't he?
He's staying away. Staying away. Doing a great job of battling here with second and third and nobody out, and to get 2 good strikeouts.
On 2-2, it is a breaking ball down and out. So from 0-2 to 3-2 on Aguilar.
Right. And now what you're doing, what we tell our pitchers is if you throw something 2-2, you better be willing to throw that same pitch 3-2. So let's see what he goes with here.
Do a payoff pitch from Bergman to Aguilar, and here it is. Strike 3 called, and outside corner looking pretty large here today.
Yep.
Pitcher's best friend. 3 consecutive strikeouts after 2 hits to start the inning, and 2 men left. We've played 1 with no score from John Ryan. Back in a moment here at CrescentCitySports.com. Second inning set to begin with no score here. Ken Trahan, Kenny Forsang, Zach Kazabon to the plate. He was up there when Loop was out trying to advance to third to end the last half inning. This pitch is up, over but high for ball one. Only the seventh pitch by Welch, who needed just 6 pitches to go through the first. They were going after the first pitch.
Right.
Strike called here. It's 1-1.
And, you know, what's good for Zach here is that, you know, he's had a chance to see 3 pitches. So this is almost like a second at bat for him.
Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball over but high. And it's 2-1. The weather conditions, well, it's perfect. Perfectly clear, sunny skies. Temperature 80 degrees. Humidity only 36%. Love that. The wind is out of the south at 10, blowing straight out of the ballpark. Of course, you need help in this big yard. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. You don't see home runs here in this park very often.
No. In fact, I'd love to know how many have been hit here.
2-2. And there's that outside corner pitch that's been called previously, but not here. And it's full 3-2. In truth, I think it's off the plate. But the home plate umpire has been liberal early in this game with that outside edge.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't call that one because I think it's been a strike before.
Pop foul back and out of play. Kazabon hanging at 3 balls and 2 strikes. These two teams split the regular season series. Holy Cross won 3-2 on April 11th on a walk-off home run by Nico Saltaformaggio at Tiger Park in an absolute thriller. There's a little looper in the center. Center fielder's there, and putting it away for the out is Broussard, 1 out.
Looked like he got hit off the hands that time. It got in on him. And lazy fly ball to center field.
Tripp had at-bats, the third baseman. 319, 2 homers. 24 driven in. 0 for 2 in the game last night. Good-looking player, Haddad. Another one of the youngsters. Strike call. 0-1 to Haddad, who's just a sophomore. So many young players. Kazabon, a sophomore. Here's Haddad, a sophomore. Sirio, a junior. 0-1. There's a line drive in the left. Sinking, and it is caught on a sit-down catch coming forward by Stevens. Lays out, makes the catch. Good play. His second good play he's made.
Absolutely made a great play on that. And, you know, that's a tough play. Jumping right at the ball. The ball was hit right at him, and he had to jump at it as opposed to his left or right. That's a tough play for him. Nice play.
So 2 gone, and here's Brian Valagoski to the plate. Valagoski, 253, no homers, 10 driven in. And it's 1-0. Valagoski 0 for 3 in the game last night. Again, Welch working quickly. And it's 1-1. Valagoski, another junior. I mean, you just don't have many seniors on either one of these teams playing.
No. That was a little quick pitch there.
He does that. Likes to do it frequently. Did it here. A ball and 2 strikes. Welch will change speeds and change his delivery. There's another one. Swung on a miss. And he can do it.
Yep.
Nothing across. 3 up, 3 down. 4 straight retired by Welch. We're on to the bottom of the second from John Ryan Stadium with no score here at CrescentCitySports.com. Crescent City Sports Prep Baseball is presented by our good and great friends at Yale College Inn and Rock and Bowl. Rock and Bowl now with 2 locations on South Carrollton Avenue in New Orleans and Jefferson Street in downtown Lafayette. See a full schedule of entertainment at rockandbowl.com. Thanks to John and Johnny Blanchard for their continued support of high school sports here at CrescentCitySports.com. First pitch is off speed, over but low to Cade Simpson leading off the second against Brendan Bergman, who wiggled out of an incredible jam in the first. 1-0 as ball that is a strike. It tipped the bat, so it's 1-1. 22 pitches in the first for Bergman. He gave up a double and a single. Runners at second and third, no outs, and he got out of it unscathed with 3 strikeouts. Fouled back Simpson, 1-2. Simpson, 228, a homer, 9 driven in. 0 for 3 here last night. Swinging a foul, holding it 0-2.
You know, you'd asked earlier about the difference in speeds. You know, if you're throwing about an 80-mile-an-hour fastball,
the differential, sure.
You would like to throw your curveball at about 70 and maybe a changeup at about 74, or curveball at 74, changeup, at 70. 8 to 10 mile an hour difference is what I like from my pitchers.
2-2 the count on Simpson. Otherwise, it becomes not very hard to recognize when you have such a massive differential, right?
Correct. And a lot of times guys that throw hard, guys that throw, upper 80s or lower 90s, if they're throwing their fastball that hard and there's not much difference in their slider, the good hitters will eventually catch up with the no change in speed.
Another 2-2 pitch. It's high and away, 3-2. This is a good at-bat by Simpson. He's about to see the 8th pitch of the at-bat from Bergman. And the payoff. Hard hit inside the line. Turning first, Simpson. He'll get at least 2, and he will check in at second, standing up. Leadoff double for Simpson. Second straight inning. Holy Cross is led off with a double. We've seen some well-hit balls early in this game.
Just out of the reach of Wilhelm was at first base, and that dropped in about 10 feet inside that right field line. Actually, I thought the right fielder did a great job of getting over there and preventing a triple.
5th double of the year for Cade. And now Davis Stevens, the left fielder, 227, 2 homers, 19 driven in for the left fielder, who was 0 for 3 here last evening.
Okay, bottom part of the order. Do you bunt here?
Well, they did it last half inning.
That's right.
Showed bunt, took a ball. Davis Stevens, another sophomore. Not bunting, and now it's 1-1. See if they switch back here.
Correct.
Trey Gilliatt, the fine head coach of the Tigers.
Both these guys are great coaches. Coach Goodlett and Coach Gilliatt do a great job with these young men.
1-1. Breaking ball line, drive, base hit, right center field. Simpson rounds third. He'll head for the plate. He will score, and Holy Cross has struck first. Davis Stevens lines one into center and drives in his 20th run of the year. And the Tigers have a 1-0 lead.
Curveball that was up. He did a great job of waiting back on it and drove it back through the middle.
Gavin Peru bats. 204, 2 homers, 10 RBI. Throw to first to drive Davis Stevens back. As mentioned, Holy Cross will run and run and run. It's what they do, put pressure on a defense. 6 out of 7 is Stevens in the stolen base department. That's a fast strike. It's 0-1.
Well, you got to be able to have great speed in your lineup to run as much as Holy Cross runs.
Down and out, so it's even at a ball and a strike. Been a common denominator for him thus far. Down and out, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now the 2-2, swinging a foul tip, keeps him alive. Count holding at 2-2. Tigers have broken on top here in the bottom of the second inning. Game 2 of this best-of-3 series. Runner goes, pitches down and out. Throw by Serio is a good one, but safe. Picked the slow breaking ball to run on.
Great pitch to run on.
And Stevens beats the rap for his 7th stolen base of the year. Stolen base number 2 in this game and number 4 in this series for the Tigers.
That's the only problem when you're a curveball pitcher and off-speed pitcher. You really have to work hard on holding runners on, and because when you're throwing a curveball and those guys are running, your catcher really doesn't have a great opportunity to throw him out.
3 balls, 2 strikes on Payru. Berggren delivers, swing and a miss. He got him on a pitch down.
Looked like he chased.
Looked like ball 4, but he went after it. 1 gone. Luke Santamon will bat.
Number 18, Luke Santamon.
Santamon is at 229. No homers, 11 driven in, 0 for 1 here last evening. First pitch is down and out. 1-0 to Santamon. Sophomore, what else is new? That's all we seem to say, right?
It's about their lineup.
There's the 1-0 pitch. Down and away, 2-0. It's so interesting about this league. Jesuit's got young players. Rummel's very young. And Curtis is young. When you look around this league with the number of underclassmen playing for these teams, future's good.
Well, you know, the
2-0 pitch. Down and out, 3-0.
I mean, the Catholic League is a baseball factory. You know, all these teams have great players. They start at the 8th grade level. And each of their young teams, JV, freshman, and 8th grade, have 26, 27 players.
The ball forward. He just walked the 9-hole, hit him on 4 pitches.
4 pitches. Now he's got to face the top of the order.
Gavin Schultz, and all he did was rip a double his first time.
Right.
And we'll get a visit to the mound here.
Right.
From Kenny Goodlett, the second-year head coach of the Blue Jays. Veteran coach. Remember him at St. Martin's very well. And, of course, know him very well since he's like 3 doors down from me. So he's a
That's nice
really
to have
fine,
that.
really fine guy.
Well, I think he's just probably out there just talking with the guys about, you know, we're 1 pitch away from getting out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make sure that we keep everything in front of us, make a nice play, and let's get off the field.
Todd Canatella will run at first for Santamon. So courtesy runner here.
So there we go.
For the catcher.
Is you courtesy runner again?
Yeah, well, what do you want me to say? When does it end? You're allowed courtesy runner for the catcher, courtesy runner for the pitcher.
Right, and you can put
And
a
then
guy
you
in
can
and pull him out.
Put a guy in, pull him out,
And he can re-enter.
re-enter. Gavin Schultz at the plate. 2 on, 1 out. Trying to add to a 1-0 lead. Pickoff move to second, and he is out at second base. So a visit to the mound, and there's a costly base running mistake as they pick off Stevens at second for the second out, and a good job by the Blue Jays of executing. Kenny Goodlett to the mound. Think they talked about that?
You think? I mean, you know, it's obvious now what they talked about when he went out there. That was a great move. That's great time and play. And
talk about changing the inning.
Correct.
Just walked the 9-hole hitter and got Schultz up there with 2 on and 1 out. Now there's just a runner at first with 2 outs and an 0-1 count. Jesuit bullpen's going to get busy.
Holy Cross had a chance to get a few runs. Still do.
Snap throw to first, runner back. Popped him up. Center field. Ball carrying well today.
Yes, it is.
Ball wasn't hit well at all, but it's caught. Inning is over.
That was hit 370 feet off the fist.
No runs, 2 hits. And the Blue Jays, rather the Tigers, stranded a runner, 1 run on 2 hits and 1 man left. So we played 2 complete. Holy Cross has taken a 1-0 lead over Jesuit. We'll take the break. Back in just a moment here at CrescentCitySports.com. On to the third inning we go. And it is a 1-0 lead for Holy Cross over Jesuit. Ken Trahan along with Kenny Forsang from John Ryan Stadium. And Crescent City Sports Prep Baseball is brought to you by Gills Bar. For more than half a century, offering services, solutions, and support for businesses and associations looking for happier constituents and healthier bottom lines. And headquartered on the North Shore. To learn more about how Gills Bar can help your business, visit gillsbar.com. Thanks to Hank Miltenberger for his support. It's great to be with Hank at the St. Tammany Prayer Breakfast yesterday morning in Mandeville as Luke Eccles took a ball, now swings and misses. It's 1-1. And he swings and loops one down the line in right field, slicing toward the line. That is a foul ball. That ball started fair, slicing, and went foul. Chased by Simpson, and it is a ball and 2 strikes. Eccles was 2 for 3 with a double, 2 RBI. He was big in that win last night for the Blue Jays. 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Welch gets Eccles for out number 1.
Well, that little quick move that he has to the plate, it seems to be very effective for him right now. He's thrown 4 strikes with it and struck out 2 guys with it. So
1 gone. Here's Eddie Siwani. Down and out, ball 1. Swing and a miss.
Good swing, good pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Even up on Siwani, 1-1. The DH is 5 for 8 on the year, and he swings and fists just the second, 1 hop. Easy chance, Aguilar.
All right.
2 gone. Siwani retired, and now the shortstop, Gannon Heyer, will bat. It's now 6 in a row set down by Welch. Here's Heyer. Sometimes in the lineup hitting, sometimes in the lineup as a fielder only, doing both today. First pitch to Gannon. Strike call. Shortstop at 214, no homers and 6 driven in. Baton Rouge umpiring crew here for this series. The 0-1. That's a strike. Boy, he really does vary his delivery, doesn't he?
Really does. He slows his leg kick down, and I mean, he does a great job doing that. A lot of pitchers wouldn't be able to do that.
Let's see if he goes quick here. There's a big hesitation. And he struck him out looking. What a job by Welch.
Nice breaking pitch.
He set down 7 in a row. We go to the bottom of the third. Still Holy Cross 1 and Jesuit nothing here at CrescentCitySports.com. Bottom of the third inning, 1-0 Holy Cross on top. Tigers to the plate, 2, 3, and 4. Will bat. Brian Broussard starts, and he singled on a beautiful bunt single in the first inning. First pitch from Bergman just missed, down and out. 1-0.
Game is moving by pretty fast with these pitchers that work fast and they throw strikes.
Strike over the outside edge, 1-1.
That's a tough pitch to handle as a batter. If he can live on that outside part of the plate.
Swinging a looper toward right. That's trouble. It is going to drop. Base hit. So Broussard is 2 for 2. He found green space here in this big yard. It's 325 down the lines here. It's 370 to the gaps. It's 400 to straightaway center.
It's a long-distance phone call to straightaway center.
It is. It's really 380 to the gap in left center. Yeah. They say 370, but you can see the difference. It's longer than right center.
Sure.
So not quite symmetrical. Here's Salta Famaggio. Struck out swinging in the first. And Nico took it away, ball one.
Brian Broussard did a great job of fighting off a tough pitch. I mean, that pitch was outside corner or off the plate. Did a great job of hitting it down the line.
1-0 missing away. It's 2-0. Nico Jr., son of Joey. Joey, of course, general manager of the Copeland's franchise. Great friend. 2-0. Swing and a miss. Joey and Copeland's supporters of my radio shows on WGSO as well as the Saints Hall of Fame. 2-1 the count. Nico waits. Here's the pitch. Runner goes and a line drive. Oh, by Haddad. Throw to first. Double play.
Great play by Haddad.
That's as good as it gets. With the runner going, who knows? He could have scored a run. Correct. That ball gets over his head, but Haddad timed his leap perfectly and made a splendid play. Can't do it any better than that.
Great play.
First double play in the game, 2 gone. And now John Dade Wooten, who struck out looking in the first, takes it down and out for ball one.
Of course, that ball would have been about 1.5 feet over your head and my head.
Are you kidding me? Jeez. He whiz. Toward the right field line, easy chance and caught. And this inning is over as Casabon puts it away. No runs, a hit, and nobody left. We head to the fourth. And it remains Holy Cross 1 and Jesuit nothing. Back in a moment here at CrescentCitySports.com. Top of the fourth inning, 1-0 Holy Cross. First pitch, ground ball to first. Handled by Dave Wooten, flips to the pitcher covering, and they get the out on Jesuit as Seth Darnar is retired for the second straight time on the first pitch. So he's seen just 2 pitches, 1 out.
You lead off hitter seeing only 2 pitches.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, he's a good hitter. But, sometimes they got to know their role. They got to go up there with a concept as to what they want to do, and they need some base runners right now. But
1 gone, first pitch high.
Pitcher did a nice job of getting over on that play. A lot of pitchers just forget to get over on that. But he did
1-0 to Sirio, who doubled his first trip. And now this just missed, and it's 2-0. That outside corner has been where pitchers have lived in this game, and they've gotten the calls, but not here thus far. This half inning, 2-0, missing away. It's 3 balls and no strikes. Crescent City Sports Prep Baseball is brought to you by Gibbs Construction, a leader in the construction industry in Louisiana and the Gulf Coast for more than 35 years. Strike call, transforming dreams, visions, and plans into reality. Gibbs Construction. Thanks to our good friend Larry Gibbs for his continued support of high school baseball here on CrescentCitySports.com as Sirio doesn't get this one, and suddenly from 3-0 to 3-2. Payoff pitch, fly ball, left field, easy chance. Stevens puts it away with 2 hands, and 2 are gone. And now 9 straight retired. by Chandler Welch.
Doing a great job, and that's the another fastball that they hit off the fist.
2 gone for Will Helmers, who hit one extremely well back into first, and the left fielder Stevens made a great play on the run over the shoulder catch to Rob Will. Up and in, ball 1.
Yeah, left fielder did a great job last time on getting back and getting down the line and go get that ball.
Here's the 1-0 pitch, sailing high and away. Jesuit just 9 home runs as a team, but then again, playing in this ballpark, it's what you'd expect.
I mean, I'm surprised they don't have 9 home runs in 5 years.
Really? Here's the 2-0. Some of those could have been on the road, as you know,
right.
And it's 2-1 now. Holy Cross, by comparison, with 14 home runs.
Correct.
2 balls and a strike. Off speed, popped him up. He got in on the hands. Pitcher wants it, went over the hill to get it. That's a play that you don't see much, but Welch wanted it. He got it, and he set down 10 in a row. What a job by Chandler Welch. On to the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 Holy Cross. Back in a moment at CrescentCitySports.com. On we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. And it is a 1-0 lead for Holy Cross over Jesuit. Game 2 of this best-of-3 series with Jesuit up 1-0. Tigers trying to even it up, and now they're at the plate. Adrian Aguilar will lead it off. Aguilar struck out looking to end the 1st inning. First pitch off speed, turned on it, hit it down the line and left. Wind blowing on it, toward the track, toward the wall. It is gone.
No.
Did he catch it? He caught it. He did catch it.
He caught it on the
on the track. Great catch. Blocked out by the fan. Wow. Ball just kept carrying, Kenny.
Yeah, the ball, the flags are blowing, but they're not blowing that hard. But, that ball almost got out of here. He caught it on the warning track. Great play by Valagaski.
The more it got pushed toward the line, the better chance it had. Looked like it might have the distance, but Valagaski made a very good play against the wall for the out. And here's Cade Simpson, who gets hit by a pitch. So base runner for Holy Cross. Simpson's aboard. Aguilar would like to have had one more morsel of cereal this morning. Would have gotten that thing out of here. By the way, Evangel Christian eliminated Archbishop Shaw, winning in 2 games. They won today 11-4. So Evangel advances. First pitch, swing and a miss, change speed. Stevens out in front. Stevens singled home a run, the lone run of the game in the 2nd, and stole a base. No balls and a strike. Down a ball. Even up at a ball and a strike on Stevens.
Great job of blocking that ball by Serial. Did a great job keeping that ball in front.
And here's the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a line drive, base hit to left. Stevens with his 2nd straight hit. Sophomore is 2 for 2. Simpson stops at 2nd with 1 out. Gavin Payru will bat. Payru struck out swinging in the 2nd. So with Evangel winning, the Eagles advance to the quarterfinals, and they'll play at St. Paul's, the 3rd seed in the quarterfinals.
That will be a good game. Our team saw St. Paul's for a brief 5-inning game when they came and played us in the Chalmette tournament.
Of course, a best-of-3 series. Will Moran is loosening a bit toward the Jesuit pen. That's quite a story. Here's the ball outside of Payru, who struck out swinging in the 2nd. Moran broke his collarbone not too long ago, a few weeks back. It is his non-throwing collarbone, the right side. He's had surgery, he's had it glued, and he's been cleared to pitch if needed. And he checked his swing, pitch was away. They appealed the first, and he went around. And it's 1-1 on Beirut.
That's a good call right there. I thought he went around.
Well, and again, let's point out the fact that in the playoffs, it's a 3-man crew,
Correct.
Whereas in the regular season, only 2. Therefore, you got a guy in proper position to see whether he went around or not.
Correct.
Which is not the case in the regular season. 1-1. Foul tip. And the reason I say that is because in the regular season, the second umpire is positioned in the center of the diamond. Therefore, really doesn't have any better look than the home plate umpire.
I mean, I tell my catcher, don't even appeal when there's a guy, on first base with the umpire in the middle of the field. He can't tell.
1-2. Here's another. Fouled him back. Holding 1-2. Sanama on deck. 1-0 Tigers here in the bottom of the 4th. Game 2, best of 3 series. Long stretch position. Bergman pitches. Swing and a miss. So Bergman records his 5th strikeout. And out number 2 here in the 4th. We'll get you to Luke Sanama, who walked his first time.
Well, I mean, that's just a great location on that pitch. Did a great job of keeping it away, and a hitter has to let the ball travel a little bit to get to them so they can hit it the other way. He was way out in front of that.
Here's Sanama. 2 on, 2 outs. Down for ball 1. The 11th seed in 3A, Eunice, beat the 6th seed, Laranger, 2-0. They win that series 2-1, so the Wolves eliminated. Swinging a foul by Sanama. It's 1-1.
It looked like he capped that. That was off the end of the bat, a little bit out in front.
Number 1 seed in 5A, Traditional Power Barb. They beat Central 7-2. Win that series 2-0 to advance, beating Central, a team that's won 2 state titles in the last 3 years. They're out this year. Barb took care of that. 1-1 pitch is outside. 2 balls and a strike.
Great.
And a throw to third, safe. What a delayed steal. Beautifully done. Again, they love to run, and Simpson read the throwback perfectly, didn't he?
Yes, he did. I mean, that's what good base runners will do. If teams are not paying attention to you, they're going to take advantage.
Back end runner holds at first, so it's first and third, 2 outs. It's big because now you can get that runner home a lot of different ways when he's at third base.
Absolutely.
2 balls and a strike. And a foul, right side. And Helmers takes a look, but it's out of play. And it's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Third stolen base of the game for the Tigers. They've been caught stealing once.
That's a great heads-up play. To be paying attention how they're throwing the ball back. They're paying attention to you or not. Of course, you got to have a little speed to do that.
2-2 the count. Pitch to Sanama. Swinging a foul once again. In 4A, number 2 seed Lakeshore. Saw them here beat Jesuit earlier this year. They eliminated Assumption 5-1 to win that series 2-0.
And Assumption's not bad. I mean, we went and played Lakeshore. They were very good. They were very good.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Throw to first, runner back standing. In 5A, the 4th seed, Traditional Power Zachary, beat East Ascension 9-2. Zachary Broncos win that series 2-0. 2-2 pitch. Sanama fouls another. So he's battling in 4A. The number 1 seed, Tioga, whipped Rain 10-0 to win that series 2-0. Also in 4A, the number 4 seed, Benton, over Northwood 7-3. The Tigers win that series 2-0. 5A, West Monroe, the 5 seed, beat Houghton 6-0. They sweep that series. High, and now it's full 3-2.
Those West Monroe teams and Shreveport teams, I mean they're very good teams. We don't get a chance to see them a lot down here.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Towards second. Nice pick on the
play.
short off. Dardar to first, and the threat ends. in the inning. No runs, a hit, 2 stranded for the Tigers. They've left 5. We've played 4, and it remains Holy Cross 1 and Jesuit nothing here at CrescentCitySports.com. Another action in 3A, number 4 seed Berwick eliminated North Vermilion 7-0. They win that series 2-0 and advance. 3A, number 14 Kaplan beats South Beauregard 6-5. That series is tied 1-1. Here it's 1-0. Holy Cross going to the 5th. Zach Casabon leads off, takes a strike from Chandler Welch, who's been superb. That's only his 39th pitch of the game. He's retired 10 in a row. Casabon flied to center in the second.
It was a pretty curveball. He just threw.
Quick pitched him here, and it's high. 1-1. And what's interesting is that back in the first inning, Jesuit hit everything on a line, just roped the ball. You thought they were going to be plentiful in terms of hitting today, but that has not been the case against Welch, who's high here, and it's 2-1.
Not at all. He has been keeping them off stride with the slider and the curveball, along with his probably 83, 84 mile an hour fastball.
Threw it by him. It's 2-2. Iota in 3A, the 5th seed beat Jennings 12-4. They tie that series 1-1. In 4A, the 6th seed Pearl River beat 22nd seeded Franklinton 6-0. Rebels sweep the series. Ball missing away, so now it's full 3-2 to Casabon. Jesuit looking for their first base runner since the first inning of this game. Here's the payoff pitch. Fisted foul back to the screen to stay alive. In Division IV, the number 1 seed, Washita Christian whipped St. Martin's Episcopal 19-4. And OCS advances in 2 games. Another payoff pitch on the way. Ground ball toward deep short. Schultz gloves it on the move, throws it.
Nice
That's
play.
An athletic play.
Wow.
Nicely done by Schultz. 1 gone.
Again, another fastball in on his hands, fisted him the short, and he made a great play. Made that look easy, and that's really not.
Well, he surrounded the ball, is what we like to say. Positioned himself correctly, but you have to move your feet, then you have to make the play on the move and throw across your body. He did accurately. Here's Haddad, line to left in the second, hit it well. Took it high. It's 11 straight retired by Welch. Division IV, number 8, Sacred Heart Ville-Platte beat St. Edmund 13-1. Sweep that series. Here's the 1-0 pitch. High and away. 2 balls and no strikes. 2A, the number 2 Doyle over Rose Pine 2-1 in 10 innings. Series tied 1-1. 2-0 pitch. Line toward the right field corner. Slicing, but it is a foul ball. Into the bullpen area of the Blue Jays. And it's 2-1. And 2A, number 7 of Oyles Public Charter, crushed Pine 21-0 to sweep that series. Also in 2A, number 6 Manny over Bunkie 8-4. Tigers win that series 2-0. In 2A, number 13 French Settlement over DeQuincy 12-3. That series tied 1-1. 2 balls and a strike. Another pitch on the way. Look out. Right squarely between the numbers. Between the 1 and the 1. Haddad flips the bat, heads to first. First base runner for Jesuit since the first inning. It was an off-speed pitch, wasn't throwing at him at all.
Right. I mean, you're not going to throw at a guy in a in a 1-0 game, and you're not going to hit him with an off-speed pitch. I mean, it's just silly for players to get angry and lose their composure like that. You know.
Nobody likes to get hit.
No.
Here's Valagoski. Struck out swinging in the second, but it happens. Here it comes. Fastball lined in the center, but the center fielder, Broussard, got a good read on it. Makes the catch for out number 2. Good contact, but retired. And now Luke Eccles, who struck out swinging in the third, will bat. In 2A, number 8, Laurelville beat Mangum 17-5 in 5 innings. They sweep that series. In 2A, number 1 seed Winfield over Delcom 11-3. They sweep 2 games to none.
Is that where Mangum style comes from?
Don't think so.
Okay, just asking.
Gangman style. Missing down and out, ball 1. Somehow I forgot about that song, and I'm glad I did. As a music aficionado, that certainly doesn't apply to me. I can assure you. 1-0 the count, throw to first, runner back. You want to talk music? You got some great people up here to do that. Got my buddy Steve Slumber. He'll talk music with you all day in educated fashion. A very astute gentleman when it comes to music. Enjoy our discussions, and baseball too, I might add.
Well,
here in the next one, swinging a foul out of play, 1-1. He's a great guy. So is Larry DeGate. And so is Floyd Guidry. Really good people here. Friends, they're a pleasure to be around and deal with.
Great folks. Great folks.
Yeah, I was waiting on the free steak. It hasn't come yet. 1-1 the count. Throw to first, runner back. Funny story. The roast for Frank Mizuraka. They asked me to do it, and I did it, and I was thrilled to do it for my friend. And Joe Sherman gets up, and, of course they had chicken and rice or something for dinner. First, the 1-1 pitch. Here it is. Down and out, wild pitch. Runner will get to second. That's the tying run. With 2 outs, had advances on the wild one, and it's 2-1. So it's a roast. So Sherman gets up, deadpans, looks right at Father McGinn, and says, rubber chicken. All I know, if this was Redemptress, we'd have steak. So, and everybody in the room laughed except for Father McGinn. Here's the 2-1. Top foul. It's 2-2. It was a great line. There were some great singers that night, man. It's great to see Mizzy. We saw him when we did the Jesuit Rummel game at Kirsch Rooney. He came up and visited with Phil Greco and I, and he and Phil are great friends and had a wonderful conversation. Just so good to see him. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Great pitch by Welch, and he's got another 0 on the board. No runs, no hits, and 1 stranded. That's only the first runner Jesuit stranded in the game. All right, let's take a stretch from John Ryan where it's 1-0 Holy Cross. Back in a moment here at CrescentCitySports.com. One to nothing, Holy Cross as they come to the plate in the bottom of the 5th. Floyd Guidry on the ivories between innings, playing the organ, did a great job. Really nice, would take me out to the ball game. Had no idea he was that talented. So here in the bottom of the 5th inning, top of the order, Gavin Schultz against Bergman, who's thrown 71 pitches in 4 innings, but he's fought hard. Kept his team right in it. Ground ball is short. This is higher. Shows off the arm, 1 gone.
Nice play. Got a way to jump ahead and get out of it.
Schultz retired on 1 pitch. Brian Broussard bats. He's been a peck of trouble for Jesuit. He singled twice in this game. Stolen a base. Bats here with 1 out. 3A, number 10, Iowa beat Albany 9-3. That series tied 1-1. There's a bunt toward third. It is a fair ball, and he is going to beat it. Base hit again. So Broussard is 3 for 3, including 2 bunt singles. And as a coach, you're smiling. You love to see players who can bunt for hits, right?
Absolutely. You know, you get so many guys that don't want to work on that. You know, I'm a good hitter. I'm not saying you're not a good hitter, but let's put this other weapon in your arsenal. And the third baseman did a nice job. He just couldn't get the ball out of his glove to get the throw over there. But what a great bunt. Puts a lot of pressure now on the infielders.
He goes Salter Formaggio, swings and doesn't get it. It's 0-1. Struck out swinging in the first, and he lined hard into a double play in the third on a hit and run. No balls and a strike. Throw to first, and the runner back. It is a courtesy runner. It's not a courtesy runner. It's Broussard at first, pardon me.
You know, we'll have some verbal signs for our pitchers as to when to throw over.
Stretch pitch, runner goes, pitch is down, throw to second is wide, he's safe. Another stolen base for the Tigers. Broussard has his second of the game and the fourth in the game for Holy Cross. We gave you the scouting report, Kenny. Yep. It's proven prophetic. They are going to run.
They're going to run. I had started to say that, you know, we would tell our pitchers when to throw over sometime. We would do X, which was a real quick throw over. We would do a Y, which we would hold the stretch for a second or two. And we do a Z call, which we would hold it for 3 seconds and either throw or step off. Just they have to vary their looks so runners don't know when they're going to the plate.
1-1. Swing and a miss. A ball and 2 strikes. Colin Loop is at third base now for Jesuit. So Loop playing third. 1-2 the count. And the pitch sails outside. And it's 2-2. Tigers trying to get an insurance run, leading by 1. Dangerous Salter Formaggio at the plate. 2-2 pitch is now down and out, so 3-2. In 3A, the number 1 seed Sterlington beat West Feliciana 14-1. They win that series in 2 games. 4A, Leesville, the 26 seed, upset the 10 seed South Terrebonne 10 by the score of 5-4. That series tied 1-1. Swung on and foul tipped into the mitt. Salter Formaggio gone on strikes. Good pitch by Berggren as he gets his 6th strikeout of the game. And 2 gone now for John Dade Wooten. John struck out and fly to right. Sophomore waits. Berggren stretches. Long look in the pitch. Down and away, ball 1. See my good friend and broadcast partner with Archbishop Shaw Games football watching his nephew at the plate here. Jeff Wooten, former longtime Shaw defensive coordinator from Belle Chase High School. Great guy. Snap throw to second is close. They got one earlier. Nearly got another here. You know, and again, with an aggressive base running team, that is a good move.
Well, you have to do that. You have to throw over. You know, now he's got in the back of his head that, you know, these guys may throw over. I got to shorten my lead.
Off speed, high and away. And it's 2 balls and no strikes in 4A. Number 5 West Washita whip Beauchene 11-1. They win that series 2-0. Swing and a miss. And it's now 2-2. Stretch and the pitch. And a swing and a foul tip into the mid. Runner for third. Good throw. He's out. And nice that's play. A double play. Perfect throw by Sirio. 2-5 on the putout. Second double play in the inning for Jesuit. And for Holy Cross, no runs and a hit. Nobody left. We've played 5. And it remains the Tigers 1 and the Blue Jays nothing here at CrescentCitySports.com. all we had to the 6th inning, getting late, 1-0 Holy Cross. Ken Trahan, Kenny Forsang. And here's the first pitch to Sewanee. He fouls it back at 0-1. Sewanee, only the 56th pitch by Welch, who's walked no one, hit a batter, and struck out 4. Sewanee is grounded to second. Jesuit has just 1 hit in this game, and that was in the 1st inning.
He has been dominant, and not dominant velocity-wise, but just throwing strikes, jumping
Hard hit
ahead.
ball, and that's right into the glove. What a nice play by Aguilar. Now, Jesuit would say, look what I found, but Aguilar stayed in front of the ball.
Correct.
Got the glove on it. It popped up, and he stayed calm, didn't panic. Recovered, threw him out, 1 gone. Good play.
Absolutely. Anytime you can stay in front of the ball like that, you still got a shot at the runner.
And now we'll get a pinch hitter for the Blue Jays. That's going to be number 6, Chris Favalora. So Chris Favalora gets the opportunity here. Started the game last night. Pinch hits here in this one for Hire with 1 out.
And guess what Hire can do?
Well, come back in the game.
He can
Absolutely. So, what a surprise. Favalora batting 196. Has a home run and 6 RBI. Bats here with 1 out. First pitch, sailing away. 1-0. Got a guy watching at 37,000 feet right now. And 1-0. I wonder what Chrissy thinks about that. Here's pitch high, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Or low, I should say, 2-0. It's like he's vacationing. Just had the family in Disney. 2-0 pitch. Strike is called, 2-1.
And he's watching the game.
He's watching the game, and he's all worried about being Wally pipped here. So here's the 2-1. You coaches are all the same. Ground ball up the middle. Nice play on the move, Aguilar. He made a heck of a play.
Nice play.
We've seen some outstanding defense in this game. That's as good as you can do it right there.
I mean, great pitching, great defense, great ball game. All the kids are playing well.
That's 2 gone, and a really good play by Aguilar. Seth Dardar will bat, and he is flied out, grounded out. Tigers 4 outs from extending this to a deciding game. Down a ball, 1-0. In 5A, number 3 Parkway, they're really good. Beat Airline 11-9. They sweep it 2-0. There's the 1-0. There's a fly ball hit pretty well center field. Broussard over. He's gone back. He's there now and caught it. Another 1-2-3 inning for Welch. He's 3 outs away. So is Holy Cross. Nothing across for the Blue Jays. Bottom of the 6th coming. Still 1-0 Tigers at CrescentCitySports.com.
Cannon Hire re-enters at shortstop.
Cannon Hire back in the game at shortstop, as Mr. Forsang suggested. These ridiculous rules. Bottom of the 6th, 1-0 game. And the Tigers have, guess who's at the plate? Make a great play in the field and get to the plate or not. Actually, this is number 16 at the plate for Holy Cross, and that's John Dane Wooten. It's 0-1. He was up there when the last out was made last half inning. Took a ball. It's 1-1 from Bergman. Swings and shoots one into second baseman's glove. 1 out. So Dardar able to get that one off the end of the bat. I Looked like it might be able to get down, but not hit hard enough off the end of the bat. One gone. Aguilar will bat. Struck out and fly to left thus far.
And, actually, I thought that ball was hit a little harder than that. But second baseman did a great job of going back, making that play.
There's a ground ball deep short. This will take a phenomenal throw. Never going to get a base hit. No chance to get Aguilar there. It's too much speed. Hire did all he could. One out single for Aguilar.
Nice hit, great speed down the line, and the shortstop did everything he could. Hire did everything he could to make that play.
Tigers with a base runner. 8 hits for Holy Cross in the game. Out hit Jesuit 8-1, but only lead 1-0. Let's throw to first, runner back. 4A baseball, North Shore team Salmon, the 9th seed, beat Neville 9-3, tied that series a game apiece. Up and in, ball 1. 5A, speaking of North Shore, the North Shore Panthers, the 11th seed, won at Ruston 7-4. They're tied 1-1. Got a lot of third and deciding games coming up here.
Well,
around the state.
The great teams where both teams compete. That is part of to me, that's always the difference between a good team and a great team. Is that your great teams really learn to compete and find a way to win.
5A number 8 Acadiana beat Live Oak 1-0. They sweep that series. Foul back. Those are two good teams. Good cut by Simpson there. And in 5A number 2 Sam Houston, they're really good. They beat Denham Springs 12-2 to sweep that series. Here's a good result. Number 10 Destrehan beat Sanama 1-0. Wildcats win that series 2-0. They're on to the quarterfinals. Great job by Chris Meir. Throw to first, runner back. And in Division II, E.D. White Catholic beat St. Louis Catholic 11-7. E.D. White is now 31-1. And they win that series 2-0.
They're doing something right.
Showed bunt, took a ball. Simpson. Now it's 2 balls and a strike. Division III, number 3, Ascension Episcopal beat Patrick Taylor 16-1. Win that series 2-1. On 2-1, here it is. Swing and a miss. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Division III, number 6, Holy Savior Menard shuts out Riverside 6-0. And Holy Savior Menard advances, winning that series in 2. St. Charles Catholic, the 6th seed in Division II, beats St. Michael 9-2. The Comets sweep that series. Great job. Wayne Stein does an excellent job at St. Charles Catholic.
Does a great job. We play them every year, and just athlete after athlete, and they do a great job of coaching those athletes.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner with a lead, not going. Pitch is popped up, left side, foul. Over toward the fence and caught. Ball coming back. Good diving catch. Runner for second. Great base running. He's safe.
Wow.
Well, that's really heads-up base running by Aguilar. It's a terrific play by Luke, reaching back to get the ball. And great base running. It's just good baseball, both defense and offense there.
Absolutely. He did a great job. With that wind blowing, it's got to be more. It's really blowing out pretty good right now, but it started almost going into the bleachers and came back into the field to play. And what a great job by Aguilar to tag.
Just appealed first, and they safe.
He did a great job of getting back, tagging, because he was halfway at one point. But when it went foul, he came back and he tagged, and just a great play. And you teach your players that, ball in foul territory, tag.
Davis Stevens, 2 for 2 with an RBI, bats. Swing and a miss. In Division III, here's another good result. The number 10 seed Newman upset the number 7 seed Episcopal 5-4 to sweep that series 2-0. Way to go, Greenies.
Well, the Greenies always put a good product on the field.
0-1 the count. Time called. Balk called. Flinched into stretch position.
Correct.
Moved his arms once he had stopped in the stretch before delivering. And a good job by the base umpire to illustrate what happened, and nobody's arguing.
Right.
Like the explanation. Really helps everyone understand. Now a runner to third with 2 outs for Stevens. And an 0-1 count. And a swing and a foul. It's 0-2. That's a big run down at third.
Yes, it is. Now, I would also tell our pitchers here, you can either go from the stretch or from the wind-up, whatever you feel more comfortable with. And he's opting to go from the stretch.
No balls and 2 strikes. Another pitch. Swing and a miss. Great pitch. Struck him out. No runs, a hit. 1 man left. Last chance coming for Jesuit. Holy Cross leading the Blue Jays by the score of 1-0. Trying to extend it to 3 games. Back in just a moment. This is the best in high school baseball at CrescentCitySports.com. Last chance for Jesuit as we head to the 7th inning. It's a 1-0 lead for Holy Cross. Chandler Welch. Fly to left. Trying to get something started here in the 7th. Here's the 1-0. That is inside. It's 2-0. Welch has been economical. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's another. That's a strike. It's 2-1. Sirio taking all the way. Only his 66th pitch of the game. Ball up the middle is short. Going to get it nicely as Schultz. His throw is right on the money. And 1 gone. 2 more to get. Popped out to the pitcher.
28, Will Helmers.
One gone, and here's Helmers, who's fly to left, pop to the pitcher. Bullpen busy for Jesuit, checking on things, but here we go. First pitch, high for a ball, 1-0. Say hello to Vincent Liberto, watching this afternoon, enjoying this immensely. Strike. 1 ball and 1 strike on Helmers. Welch quickly with the pitch and a foul back. It's 1-2. Kenny Forsang will have the winning coach and our star of the game coming up as soon as this one's over. Ball and 2 strikes. 2A number 3. Welch beats Springfield 11-0 to win that series. 2-0. There's a swing and a grounder foul. Past the coaching box at third. And the count remains a ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch on the way. Popped him foul back here. Let's do it again. At 1-2. Baseball number 19, Karen Crow, beats number 3, Bro Bridge. 6-3, even that series a game apiece. 1-2. Popped him up. Second baseman wants it. Aguilar on the infield. He's there. He's got it. And Holy Cross 1 out away. And Welch with a gem. A 1-hitter going with 2 outs. And Zach Casabon is the last chance for Jesuit. Should we get to game 3, Jesuit will be the home team. Casabon is fly to center, grounded to short. 4A South Terrebonne beat Leesville 14-3. They win the series 2-1. That is high for ball 1. Iowa beat Albany 15-7. They win that series 2-1. 1-0. That's a strike, 1-1. Number 9, North Lake Christian beat Catholic New Iberia 3-2. They even the series at a game apiece. That's ball down and out. Breaking ball makes it 2-1. Last chance for the Blue Jays. 2 outs here in the 7th inning. 1-0 Holy Cross. And here is the 2-1, and that is, oh my, over, but I guess low, and it's 3-1. We've seen worse pitches called strikes. That's 3-1. Pretty good pitch by Welch. 3-1. That's a strike. So he's run it full 3-2. Remember, he's not walked anyone in this game. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Blue Jays down to their last strike. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Welch pitches a 1-hitter. What a performance here by Welch this afternoon in an absolutely brilliantly pitched game. Holy Cross defeats Jesuit by the score of 1-0. And just a tremendous performance by Chandler Welch. And he will force a game 3 as a result, as the coaches will exchange handshakes. What a performance by Welch. And a great job by Brendan Bergman. Gave up only 1 run, but takes the loss. And a 1-0 game. And this series will go to a game 3. And we'll have it live here at CrescentCitySports.com. So you're in the right place. 1-0 victory here for Holy Cross over the Jesuit Blue Jays. And again, just a scintillating performance by Welch. Holy Cross got their run in the 2nd inning of this game here this evening. And what a job he did overall. We're going to have Kenny Forsang standing by with the Victorious head coach, Trey Gilliard. Kenny, take it away. Go ahead.
Hey, thanks, Ken. I'm here with Coach Trey Gilliard. Talk to me about Chandler's performance today, Coach.
Well, he's been doing it for us all year. He's given us a chance to win every time he takes the mound. He's a competitor, and we felt good with him on the mound today. And we told you before the game, the way we kind of looked at it was if the game was on the line, if the season was on the line, we wanted the ball in his hands, and he delivered for us again. I mean, you really can't say enough about what he did out there.
Through a great ball game. Your players, when they go to the plate and they bunt, are you giving them a green light, or you making a call on that for them?
You never know. We like to try to give the kids some freedom to play the game. We want to run. We want to put pressure on the defense. So, some of our guys have green light to do it. Some of the times it's something that we give. It just kind of depends on the situation.
Coach, thank you. Congratulations on a big win.
Thanks.
All right, Kenny, thank you very much. And we'll try to get Chandler Welch to join him as well, who just pitched a fantastic game. And Chandler will head his way to visit with Kenny. And what a game he pitched, a 1-hitter.
Chandler, great outing today.
Here's Chandler Welch.
Great job. Talk to me. How'd you feel out there? Didn't throw a lot of pitches.
I felt great, but the defense that I have, it feels like whenever I do miss a spot, you saw in the first inning, I gave up 2 long hit balls. But just having a defense like I do, it's the best feeling in the world.
Sounds great. I see you give your big leg kick, you change your timing with it. Have you been doing that long, or just something you've developed the last couple of years?
I started doing it about 9 months ago. Not being like an overpowered pitcher, I have to find other ways to get through defenses. So mix up the timing actually allows me to get through defenses a lot better.
That sounds great. Hey, great job today. Good luck to you all in the next one. Yes, sir.
All right, Kenny.
Kenny, back to you.
Thank you very much, and congratulations to Holy Cross. Superb performance here. They win this game by the score of 1-0 here this afternoon in the 2nd game of this 3-game series. And now the Tigers have forced a game 3 as a result. That game is going to start, by the way, about an hour and 8 minutes from now. It's going to start at 5:30. So game 3 will start at 5:30. That is the time. So we're going to sign off for a little bit in just a minute or two, and then we're going to come back with game 3 at 5:30 p.m. That will be the start time for the 3rd and deciding game of this classic series, as it's turned out to be. A couple of 1-run games. What else would you expect from these 2 rivals who always produce these kind of games? And that's certainly been the case once again here in this particular series. So game 3 at 5:30. Let's give you the totals and highlights of this game. For Holy Cross, 1 run, 8 hits, no errors. And the Tigers stranding 6 on base. For Jesuit, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. And they strand 1 man on base. The winning pitcher, Chandler Welch, pitched a complete game, 7 innings, 1 hit, no runs. He walked no one, hit a batter, struck out 5 to improve to 5-1 on the year. And the losing pitcher, Brendan Bergman, pitched extremely well, 6 innings, 8 hits, 1 run earned, walked 2, struck out 8, but takes the loss nonetheless and drops to 6-3 with the defeat. The game took just an hour and 20 minutes to play, and it was won by Holy Cross 1-0 to force a game 3. Holy Cross improving to 15-16 overall, and Jesuit with the defeat dropping to 23-11. And of course, Jesuit will return to being the home team on its home field in the third and deciding game. It's going to be interesting to see about the pitching matchup. Might see Nico Saltaformaggio for Holy Cross. Who knows? We might see Will Moran for Jesuit. That's a possibility. And what a story that would be, coming back from the broken collarbone, if in fact he is back out there to pitch this game. May happen. Regardless, you're going to have a lot at stake here, as the winner is going to advance to the state quarterfinals with a victory here. The deciding game to come in Game 3 between Holy Cross and Jesuit. But a really good game here in Game 1. 1-0 victory for Holy Cross. So it's amazing how quick these games have gone, and that's an indication of how well played these games have been and how good the pitching has been overall. When you look at the way these games have unfolded, that has certainly been the case. And another well-played game, well-pitched game here today, as Holy Cross wins this game 1-0. And again, the third and deciding game scheduled to start at 5:30. So we'll have that for you coming up here in just about an hour or so. We'll be back on and be with you for the third and deciding game, again set to start at 5:30 here. So stay tuned for that one. We'll have it for you live here at CrescentCitySports.com. Again, 1-0 victory for Holy Cross. Chandler Welch, 79 pitches, a 1-hitter, walked no one, struck out 5 in a brilliant performance. Kenny Fursang rejoins us now. And Kenny, that was just an incredibly well-pitched game, well played on both ends by these teams.
Well, I mean, Chandler just did an outstanding job of jumping ahead of the batters and making them hit his pitch. No walks. I mean, that's just flat out an outstanding contest, being able to do that. So, the equation is very simple. You go out and you throw strikes, you make your team make plays, and they made every play. In fact, there were a couple of outstanding plays by Holy Cross and Jesuit today. So the third game will be very interesting.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see the pitching approach. As mentioned, both teams have good pitchers in the hole. Will Moran coming back from a broken collarbone for Jesuit. Good possibility he'll pitch. And, of course, for Holy Cross, could see Nico Saltaformaggio. They have options, and he certainly looks like one for them that could pitch in Game 3. You've got other options there, too. Will Montalbano is certainly an option for them, too. So would imagine it would come from one of those two where they are concerned. And as for Jesuit, as mentioned, kind of thinking it's going to go toward Moran to start it, but we shall see, and we'll find out at about 5:30. All right, Kenny, so before we sign off for Game 1, the pressure, does it now shift toward Jesuit as a result of what happened?
Well, it's hard to come back after losing the first game of a doubleheader. But this is just such a strange game, baseball in general, where you go out one game, you get beat 15-1, and then you come back the next game and you win 7-3. It's crazy sometimes, and Jesuit has to mentally put that behind them. I mean, I think certainly Holy Cross has a little momentum right now. But who's ever on the mound in the next game for either team is going to dictate where that momentum goes. So it'll be interesting to see. Two great teams, two rivals for 100 years. I mean, could not be any better situation for these two teams.
Well, runs at a premium in this series. A 2-1 game in Game 1. Jesuit wins. A 1-0 game in Game 2. Holy Cross wins. So what is to come in Game 3? We shall see, coming up at 5:30. And, of course, we'll have the play-by-play for you live here at CrescentCitySports.com that you can watch. We'll be back on with you at about 5:20 or so. So we'll sign off for now. Our final here in game 2 of this best-of-3 series was Holy Cross 1 and Jesuit nothing. For Kenny Forsang, I'm Ken Trahan. Stay with us. We'll be back at you in about an hour here at CrescentCitySports.com. So long for just a bit.